Hey guys, Dr. Kurt here. And what I'm going to go over is kind of one of the reasons I got into functional medicine years ago was that as a traditionally trained chiropractor, people were coming to me with just lots of pain issues. They could be acute, they could be chronic. Um, but I would say it became pretty evident, especially with the chronic issues, that pain was more than just like a muscle, ligament, or joint issue that they were feeling. And something else I noticed that when kind of doing due diligence and asking around like what else is going on in the body, most of the chronic pain people also has some sort of level of fatigue and tiredness. And so instead of looking at them as separate issues, like you have fatigue, let's treat that. You have pain, let's treat that. Um, it just become more evident to me like, hey, these are tied together for a reason. And so I want to help you tie these together. And probably one of the main reasons is most people are chasing pain. And there's a saying that the person that chases pain is always lost. And again, one of the things in our society today is we're chasing pain with opioids. So we have this huge crisis with painkillers. The problem is the pain is happening for an intelligent reason. We're just labeling it as something stupid and trying to suppress it and squash it. So I think one of the things you have to realize is that pain is not just this random act, kind of this random act of violence. Like pain at the root of it anyway is going to be inflammation. And I know that's an easy thing to say, like, oh, inflammation is at the root of everything, but dive a little bit deeper, and then the root of inflammation is going to be your immune expression. And your immune system has a daily pattern. It's going to be a little bit lower in the morning, and then it's going to express more as the day goes on. Now, why does this happen? And one of the reasons is because it's the counter from your adrenals. Now, in the morning, your adrenals are going to kick into gear to get you out of bed, get you motivated, go hunt, bring back food for the family, whatever it is. And so we naturally have more energy in the morning, but this too has a cycle. It needs to decrease as the day goes on. So when you get to afternoon, evening time, you're able to settle down, close your eyes, fall asleep, and then recover for the next day. Now, putting this in kind of a real world perspective, you can see that if you've ever had a cold, or especially if you have kids, they wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, they got so much better. And then as the afternoon goes on, you're like, man, the sniffles are coming back, their fever's coming back, the headaches, whatever it is. That's because there's this flip flop of if you need to go survive or whatever, you need to go get food for the family, your body will naturally suppress symptoms in order for you to keep going. Like if you've been an athlete, you've experienced this. You get an injury and in the heat of battle, and you're like, hey, this is no issue. But then whatever, a half hour after the competition, you're settling down, you're taking a shower, and then boom, your ankle blows up and then this muffin top over your boot. And so one thing to consider is that think of adrenals as energy and then the immune expression as pro-inflammation. And it's hard to be really inflamed and have a lot of energy at the same time. They're going to flip-flop with each other. And this is intelligent because if you are super inflamed, which means you either have some sort of injury or infection, your body's intelligently slowing you down, is taking away your energy to make sure that you can heal. We're often kind of the stopgap in that equation, that we try to push harder, we try to caffeinate, we try to energy drink, whatever it is, to push harder, which makes the injury, the infection last longer. Now, if pro energy, also think anti-inflammatory, and kind of an equation I see quite a bit when I'm doing some more functional and deeper lab testing is that most people think adrenals is cortisol, but if we look elsewhere, we can also see norepinephrine and dopamine. So think dopamine is your pleasure, your motivation molecule. Norepinephrine, that's kind of your adrenaline, get up and go type of thing. And so when these are running full tilt, you're dominating the world. But the problem is if you have injury, infection, and I'm not just thinking like acute stuff, like it could be like injury, like autoimmune type stuff. It could be injury that you're in a state of catabolic activity. You have tissues that are breaking down. And so your body's naturally going to lower these. They're going to lower your dopamine levels, lower your norepinephrine levels. to stop you, to basically put the brake pedal on as you're slamming the gas pedal down even harder. And this is intelligent in order for you to heal and repair. And so it's really common when I see people, yeah, I'm super fatigued and my pain levels go up. And both are there to help you, to slow you down. And so by suppressing them is not going to help you get to where you want to go. So what we do is we look at some deeper functions within testing. This one's organic acids, and kind of looking at the equation of what's happening with energy. And so for this specific person, dopamine levels are tanked out, norepinephrine levels were tanked out. And so this hard charging entrepreneur was like, I can't do anything. It's hard for me just to get enough snuff to put on some nice clothes and go out at night with her spouse. So if you're having lots of pain and low energy, don't look at them as separate issues. Look at them as kind of layers of some underlying things. And that's where we start diving deeper. So if you need help, reach out. I'll put a link in here where you could start, educate yourself some more with looking at these things as interconnected. And then if you want to set up a discovery call, reach out.